Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hairy Muppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters. Getting up to the end of the WCS Global Finals for 2014. We're at the second semi-final, and it is going to be an awesome one. So, up the top left side of the map, it is Mr. Life. He is 18 years of age, from South Korea, plays for the KT Rollster team, currently going for an incredibly fast 3 bases, actually third base before the pull, is also getting that fast gas down as well. Need to get the zoom going. This guy looks like he's already been tangoing with a couple of workers and managed to kill one. So obviously missed something there, but there was obviously a worker out there. The SCV had a go at it and managed to kill it. Very, very nice stuff. I can't think of what else would have killed that worker. And down the bottom right side of the map is Mr. TaeJa, 20 years of age, from South Korea, plays for Team Liquid, another extremely awesome player. Let's have a little bit of a recap here on exactly what these guys have done so far in the tournament. So TaeJa so far started off beating Sue, another Zerg player, 3-1, and then he beat Innovation 3-1. So he's been doing exceptionally well in this tournament and has already beaten a Zerg player. Life, on the other hand, beat Zest 3-2 in the round of 16, so Protoss, and he beat Sand 3-0 in the quarterfinals, another Protoss. So he's really been going nuts on the Protoss players. A little bit of trouble in the round of 16, but in the quarterfinals, 3-0 against Sand, quite sensational. So Life is a very crazy player when he gets down to it. And this particular map, I believe, is the 5th map. So yes, it is 2-2. When I say it's the 5th match, it is the 8th match in a best of 5. These guys have gone 2-2 each. TaeJa winning the first, Life winning the second and third, and then TaeJa coming back to win the fourth. So I don't know whether anybody's really got any momentum at this point. TaeJa started off, Life pushed back hard in 2 games, and then TaeJa pulled back to win the 4th game. So 5th game, it's basically anybody's game. I don't know who I could say is really in the lead at this point. I don't know what I could say is going to happen here. All I can say is that MMA is waiting for the victor of this game in the grand finals. Is it going to be a massive TvT, MMA versus TaeJa, or is Life, the last remaining Zerg player in the tournament, going to go ahead and just do it for the Zerg race? I mean, the last remaining Protoss was classic. He did get wiped out by MMA in the semi-finals. So it's either going to be full Terran or it's going to be Life doing it for the Zerg player. And so far, yeah, he's doing a pretty good job. He's 40 over 35, which is nice. We do have a third base for TaeJa though, so he's been pushing nice and hard. Life continuing to push nice and hard on the workers. 11 coming out at the moment. Players sort of duking out a little bit. Not a lot though, not really much happening. I mean, that SCV sort of getting owned a little bit. An Overlord went down to a Marine Fire at some point. Really no aggression at all. Just a massive amount of macro from both players. We do have a little bit more action going on for Mr. TaeJa. He's starting to get some Hellions. He's starting to get a Viking. Starting to get some Marines. The Hellions are going to be just for a bit of harassment. That guy actually manages to get past a little bit. There is a Marine coming out, and there's a few Marines over there. So, gets up the top, is going to be scouting the starport, which is, I suppose it's important, but yeah, you could probably expect a starport to be out there by now. And so, we got a bunch of Hellions, we got a bunch of, whatchamacallits, these guys getting trapped. They are so silly. There we go, a bunch of Hellions coming out. And we do have triple queens moving across the map. It's interesting. They're not... I don't know if they're chasing the edge of the creep. I don't know what they're doing. Is this... I think they're just going for this worker. Or maybe they're going to head off the Hellions, which is a bit of a silly decision because the Hellions can go around them quite easily, get behind them, and start doing all sorts of damage. I think they're actually on the warpath here. There's a bunch of Lings coming out. Life is timing this beautifully, and yes, a bunch of Lings coming up. Look at them hiding around the wall, coming out. You're going to be trying to roast the Hellions. The Hellions are making a run for it. They've got Marines out as well. We'll see what TaeJa can do here. Landing the Viking. He knows he's in a little bit of trouble here. Hellions trying to do a pretty good job, but they are all dead. The Lings roasting everything. The wall is up, but there's only one Marine in the bunker. The third base has been pushed away. How many workers died there from Mr. TaeJa? A total of 3, so not a lot going down. Probably in military units, they're probably close to the same. TaeJa losing a bit more, but I don't think anything to really worry about at this point. And this is something to worry about at this point. Whole bunch of Banelings coming on in, and this wall is really... was helping TaeJa. It's not helping him anymore. Right now it's just falling apart, and I do not know if he can survive actually losing all of these guys, man. It looks like he is just... oh, man. I'm not sure how TaeJa can come back from this. He's lost an incredible amount of workers there. Down to 24 under 66. He's lost 35 workers. That is a crippling blow right there. And it was just straight up standard play from Mr. Life. I mean, fast triple base. He got an insane amount of workers, insanely fast, and he just went for a crap load of Lings. Didn't bother about the tech. He got the timing nice on the 1-1 weapons and armor, and has a... I don't even know if he's gone to lair. He has got a lair, which is nice, but he hasn't really gone for anything crazy. Like, I don't think he's got a... has he got... no, I don't know. I don't know if he's even got a Roach Warren or Mutalisk Den or anything like that. So I think he's just playing it balls to the wall, early game Baneling harassment, and just getting in through the front door and going nuts. And it's just sheer economy into sheer craziness from the Lings. And it's done in a sensational job. Absolutely insane. So TaeJa right now scrambling to try and get past this. Is sort of held off. But I think the damage has been done. 24 under 65. Continuing to try and pull workers out just to get as many as he can. But I don't think it's going to happen. He's crippled right now. I think he's going to continue to be crippled. And Life is going for the spy. So we're going to see Mutaling coming out pretty soon. And Baneling's speed is out. 2-2 is halfway done. Yes, I mean, Life is already in an excellent position. The Mutas are just going to make things even better. There they go, a whole bunch of Lings. Beautiful flank. Medevac's going to save the force, but that will only last until the Mutas are out. Once the Mutas are out, the Medevacs are not going to be safe. Here we go, 900 gas saved up for the Mutas. Baneling's just rolling in. TaeJa trying his absolute best, but the Banelings being split up just as well as the Marines are, and half of them just rolling into the workers. So, man, just absolute carnage. He keeps trying to build workers, but he seems to just stay around that 24 mark. I think 24 is the amount of workers he's got up here, and then the ones down the bottom just keep dying as fast as he can build them. Oh man, that thing is so close to death. There we go, 3 mules to heal it up. Baneling's coming in. Willing's coming in, sorry. No, not enough Banelings there to do much damage, but the Muta numbers are out. 7 going up to 8 or 9 in just a second. Here he goes, getting a nice little line on the Banelings. Forced to cancel them, but that's just a minor fallback. And here we go, the Mutas starting to come out, and they're going to just absolutely demolish all the workers here. TaeJa's going to move them very, very quickly, but I'm not sure it matters. I'm not sure it's mattered for some time now. So he's just going to come back to Life. He's just going to sit back and max out, I think. We've got a nice drop happening here, but Life, as with TaeJa, managed to get those workers out of there very, very fast. So not too much damage going to be happening. 2 queens up there to scare those guys away, so yeah, that's going to be fun. A bunch of these guys actually coming in. TaeJa going for some sort of play to actually do some serious damage. Maybe it's a diversion for these guys to land. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. They've got 1 queen down. They're not going to be able to get the other one out. Managed to save 2 of them in the medevac. Constant pressure. So TaeJa's starting to turn this around. I mean, at the very least, all of this crazy crap that TaeJa is doing right now should stop Life from continuing to run in there and attacking workers on the second base, which he's been doing so often in the last few minutes. So TaeJa is moving out there, and Life is going to have to fight out in the middle of the map, which I think he should be able to do. Look at how many Banelings he's got. His income is 60. Yes, it doesn't seem like that much, but considering that TaeJa is on less than 30, it's just more than enough. He doesn't need insane macro. He just needs very, very good macro, because TaeJa's macro is abysmal. And just just awesome play. At the very start of the game, awesome play. Fast 3 bases before the spawning pool. Racked up a ton of workers really, really fast. And just built a ton of lings and went for a baling bust. And it worked so beautifully. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching this game. It is down to the Zerg player now. He is up to the grand finals with Mr. MMA. It's going to be a TvZ. It's a best of 7. And I'm going to cast all of those games. I think they're all pretty decent. I'm not sure how long they are, but we're going to go through and going to cast all of those games. So it's going to be absolutely epic. And yes, I will catch you guys tomorrow with those games. Stay tuned.